So this is the third part of the tutorial or the series which we are doing, and we have already completed row number 16. So now I'm going to start with row number 17. So here is my work. Okay, for row number 17 I'm picking up the first yarn, and then I will do a knit one and bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, brioche knit. One more time, bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, brioche knit. Okay, and now we are going to do a right slanting decrease. Bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, and this is brioche right slanting decrease. So slip the brioche stitch knitwise, knit the next stitch, pass the brioche stitch over the stitch, pass the stitch to the left needle, and then pass the brioche stitch over the stitch, then slip the stitch back to the right needle. Okay, so we have completed the right slanting brioche stitch. Next is bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, brioche knit. Break the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, brioche stitch. In the next one we are going to increase 4 stitches. So this is, in my written pattern, it will be 1 to 5 increase. Okay, so bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch. Here we are going to increase 4 stitches. Knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, and then knit 1. Bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, knit, brioche knit, bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, brioche knit, bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch. Next is a left slanting brioche decrease. So we slip the stitch, brioche stitch as if to knit, and then insert the needle through this one brioche knit and a simple knit stitches. So we have 3 strands here, knit them together, and then pass the brioche stitch over. So that was left slanting brioche knit. Bring the yarn in the front, slip the next, brioche knit, bring the yarn in the front, slip the next, brioche knit, bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, yarn over and leave in the front, and then slip this last stitch. Okay, and then we are at row number 18. For row number 18 we are going to use the second color yarn. With the yarn in the front, slip the first stitch. We are going to do a brioche purl, slip the first stitch, yarn over, 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 brioche purl, slip the first stitch, yarn over. This is a simple purl. Okay, and then slip the first stitch, yarn over, simple purl, slip the first stitch, yarn over, brioche 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 purl. So we are going to repeat this same till the last one stitch. Okay, and the last stitch we're just going to pass it on the right needle. Now turn the work. We are at row number 19. So for row number 19 we are going to pick up the first color and then knit one, bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, and then yarn over brioche pearl. So we are going to repeat the same thing, slip the stitch, yarn over brioche pearl, slip the stitch, yarn over brioche pearl, slip the stitch, yarn over brioche pearl. So we are going to repeat it till the last 2 stitches. Okay, so I think by now I'm sure you must have already, or you're already accustomed to doing this brioche pearl or the brioche knit. It's just about understanding which row you have to do the brioche knit and the brioche pearl. I'm doing a bit faster because it is just the same repeat. Okay, so we have just 2 stitches left. Slip the first stitch and then do a yarn over, leave the yarn in the front and slip the last stitch on the right needle. Okay, and now we are at row number 20, and for row number 20 we are going to use the second yarn, and with the yarn at the back we are going to slip the stitch, first stitch, and then we are going to do a brioche knit. Okay, and bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, brioche knit, bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, brioche knit, bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, brioche knit. So we are going to repeat this till we have the last 1 stitch. Okay, this is the same repeat. So again I will do it a bit faster because this is the same repeat, there is no changes here. Okay, so because most of the time in brioche there is just one row where we create a design and then the remaining 3 rows are just repeats, so it's pretty easy. So we have the last stitch. For the last stitch we are going to just pass this to the right needle. Okay, so you can already see that we have already started seeing the pattern, and then turn the work. Okay, and now we are going to move to row number 21. So row number 21 we are not going to do any decrease or increase in row number 21. It's just plain brioche knitting, and so the first stitch is knit 1, bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, brioche knit, bring the yarn in the front, brioche knit, bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, brioche knit. So this is the repeat, and we are going to repeat it till the last 2 stitches. Okay, again I will do it a bit faster because it is the same repeat, there are no changes here. Okay, so and after that, after these 4 rows we will start decreasing. So okay, and then last 2 stitches we have bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, and then yarn over and bring the yarn in the front, slip the last stitch on the right needle. Okay, and now we are going to do row number 22. So again, row number 22 is the same. We are not going to increase or decrease, so there are not even simple purl stitches. So with the yarn in the front, slip the first stitch. We're going to do a brioche purl, slip the stitch, yarn over, brioche purl. So this is what we are going to do for all the stitches. So the same repeat till the last one stitch. Okay, so I'm going to repeat it again and again, so till we have last one. Okay, so I will knit it faster now. So the next two stitches or next two rows is still like easy because you're not going to do any design in the next. Okay, and then last stitch we're just passing on to the right needle. Turn your work. We are at row number 23. So take the first yarn, knit the first stitch, and then bring the yarn in the front, yarn over, slip on and yarn over, and brioche purl, slip on, yarn over, brioche purl. So this is the repeat, and again I will do it a bit faster. Nothing different on this row. Okay, and then row number 24. Sorry for the bit noise. It's definitely not a good idea to use circular needle and then do video tutorial and with all this to and fro. So for row number 24, with the yarn at the back, slip the first stitch, then brioche knit, bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, brioche knit, bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, brioche knit, bring the yarn in the front, slip the stitch, brioche knit. Okay, so again we're going to repeat this till the last one stitch. Okay, and the last stitch we're going to just slip on the right needle. So till now we have completed row number 24. So on row number 25 I will show you how to decrease. That I will show you in the next video.